right, welcome back to the podcast. I am Mark, your ever-eager guide through the wild, wild world of tech. And today, we're talking about something pretty cool, if you ask me.
And I'm Jenny, ready to demystify it all alongside you, Mark. You know, make the complex, well, a little less complex. Today, we're diving into something that's been making some decent waves in the data world. Gathr.ai. They just got some serious props from G2 in their summer 2025 reports.
Oh, G2. Jenny, this isn't some panel of judges in a back room, is it? This is about user-driven awards. It's actual users, real businesses, giving Gathr.ai high marks for scalability, for ease of use, and for support. When you're talking about 100 million annual users on G2, Fortune 500 companies included, that credibility is just... it's huge, you know?
That's fascinating. So why do you think user-driven awards, like G2's, would resonate more with buyers than, say, a company's own marketing, or even a detailed technical spec sheet?
It's about trust, right? People trust their peers. If thousands of users are saying a tool is easy to use and it scales, that speaks volumes. P.C. Kiran, Gathr.ai's CEO, even said this recognition empowers businesses to realize their data and AI goals with unmatched speed, scale, and confidence. Quote, that's not just marketing fluff when it's backed by the users, it's a stamp of approval.
And it makes sense, doesn't it? If customer reviews drive 90% of G2's scoring, it truly tells you where B2B software evaluation is heading. It's all about the lived experience of the user. But let's get into the guts of it. What exactly makes Gathr.ai a high performer? Quote, what's under the hood?
Well, the core of it is their AI-powered data pipelining. Imagine traditional ETL tools. Extract, transform, load. They can be a bit clunky, manual, and often require a lot of coding. Gathr.ai flips that script with things like self-service ETL, automated schema creation, and reusable templates. The engineers and data scientists, they don't have to get bogged down in the tedious stuff anymore.
Okay, wait, let me get this straight. Could self-service ETL tools actually make data engineers obsolete, or are we just reshaping their roles? Because, that's a concern many in the field have.
Oh, reshaping, for sure. They're not getting replaced. They're getting superpowers. Instead of spending hours fixing CSV errors or writing custom scripts for every single new data source, they're focusing on strategy, on asterisk, what times insights the business times actually times needs. Gathr.ai unifies data from warehouses, databases, APIs. I mean, who wants to dive into 5 different systems to get one complete picture, right? No one.
No one. And, I've heard those very concerns from data professionals. It's a valid point. How critical is this data unification, then, for companies that are, let's face it, drowning in siloed info but desperate for AI wins? And what's the biggest bottleneck in those legacy ETL pipelines that Gathr.ai's approach solves?
Data unification is foundational for AI, period. AI models need clean, consolidated, and context-rich data to be effective. If your data is scattered, dirty, or hard to access, your AI initiatives are dead in the water before they even begin. The biggest bottleneck Gathr.ai solves is that manual, painstaking effort to get data AI-ready. They're automating that grunt work, letting businesses accelerate. Customers are seeing things like 45 times faster data retrieval and 90% total cost of ownership savings. That's serious money and serious time back on the table, which is quite something.
Right? 90% TCO savings is a headline right there. But it gets even more powerful, doesn't it? They're doing something special with NVIDIA.
Oh, this is the good part. Their integration with NVIDIA RAPIDS. So RAPIDS uses GPUs, graphics processing units, for data processing. Think about how fast GPUs are for gaming or rendering complex graphics. Now apply that power to data. This means up to 45 times faster processing for their data pipelines compared to traditional CPU-based systems.
Is hybrid GPU/CPU processing the secret sauce for affordable AI scalability? And why do you think NVIDIA's ecosystem partnerships, like this one with Gathr.ai, seem to dominate AI infrastructure lately?
It really is, Jenny. You get the raw speed of GPUs where you need it most, like for heavy data transformations or AI model prep. But you can still use CPUs for tasks where they're more cost-effective. It's intelligent resource management. NVIDIA has just been at the forefront of GPU computing for so long. Their ecosystem, their libraries, their developer community, it's just unmatched. They've built the infrastructure that everyone else is now building on top of, and Gathr.ai leverages that to prioritize AI-ready data, preparation for things like large language models and generative AI, without requiring you to rewrite your entire pipeline. It essentially future-proofs your infrastructure, which is a big deal.
So it sounds like this isn't just theoretical. How does processing 1.5 million events per second actually change outcomes in high-stakes fields like, say, law enforcement or even finance? I'm trying to picture the real-world impact here.
Jenny, it's a profound difference. For law enforcement, processing 1.5 million events per second means near real-time intelligence. Think about responding to critical situations. Every second counts. If you can analyze vast amounts of data, like sensor inputs or communication logs, almost instantly, you can make faster, more informed decisions, enhancing public safety, potentially saving lives. It's not just about speed. It's about the quality and timeliness of the decision-making.
That's pretty impactful. It feels like what used to take days or even weeks in some industries is now happening in minutes or seconds. And for banks, you mentioned finance earlier?
For a Fortune 500 bank, they're analyzing over 10 billion events annually. That's 10 billion. This is for things like fraud detection and risk management. If you can cut down the latency of identifying suspicious transactions or analyzing massive credit card data, you prevent fraud faster and make more accurate financial decisions. And remember that 90% TCO savings? That's not just theoretical. I mean, could TCO savings from tools like Gathr.ai eventually shift IT budgets from just maintenance to pure innovation, you think?
I think it has to, Mark. My hope is it does. When you free up that much capital and human effort from just keeping the lights on, companies can pour it back into R&D, new product development, and exploring entirely new markets. It's a fundamental shift, you know? It's quite exciting. So Gathr.ai's success with G2 and all these rather impressive use cases, it truly highlights their position as a leader in modern data pipelining. It's certainly exciting stuff.
It truly is. It's a prime example of how user feedback, combined with pushing the technological envelope, especially with GPU acceleration, is defining the future of data and AI. This is a big win for Gathr.ai, and an even bigger win for businesses looking to actually leverage their data effectively, rather than just drowning in it.
Precisely. And that wraps up another fascinating deep dive into the tech world. Mark, as always, thank you for breaking all this down for us, for making it so accessible.
Always a pleasure, Jenny. And thanks to all of you for listening. We appreciate you tuning in.
We'll catch you next time.